What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you a review of the JJJJound collaboration with Asics on the Gel Quantum 360 1 AMP or AMP in this white and marshmallow colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Capsule. Capsule is a brand new product on the market which helps preserve your sneakers and extend their lives by up to 2 times. Their product is very straightforward. Basically, they offer these UV airtight protective pods which look like this. So this is where you store your shoes inside. And then their secret sauce comes in the form of a cartridge which you then inject into this pod, which not only pushes out the bad air containing the oxygen and the dirt, but it pushes in the preservative, which is what really keeps your shoes lasting longer. So this is a scientifically backed formula, and it targets the 2 main reasons why your shoes age, fade, and crumble over time, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. So in my opinion, this is best used for those grail type sneakers, the ones that you wear a couple times a year, and then the rest of the time they're just sitting in a shoebox on your shelf. So by keeping it in this capsule pod, it ensures that when you're not wearing your shoes, it's not dealing with the ill effects of the oxygen and the moisture in the air. So I'll link their social media, their website, all that good stuff down below in the description box. They have over 1,000 happy customers and 3,600 capsules sold to date. And I totally was a bit of a skeptic at first, but after trying the product and actually seeing it in hand and seeing how it works, this is something that I would trust keeping my shoes in to make them last longer. So again, thank you to Capsule for sponsoring today's video. So this right here is the latest of numerous collaborations between Asics and JJJJound. This time, however, debuting this brand new silhouette from Asics, the Gel Quantum 360 1 AMP or AMP. I actually don't know how it's officially pronounced. And to be honest, I don't even know what the AMP stands for. But essentially, this silhouette celebrates the 10th year anniversary of the Gel Quantum series, which first dropped back in 2015. So the Gel Quantum is famously known for featuring 360-degree visible gel. So you can see on all sides of the midsole, we have this gel-like pod, which really helps with the impact protection and the shock absorption of this shoe. But again, this silhouette celebrates those 10 successful years so far. So this collaboration dropped on the JJJJound website on June 26th for $220 US or $290 Canadian. The official colorway for this shoe is white and marshmallow, and as you can see, this is just a very clean, very simple colorway, which is totally in line with the typical JJJJound aesthetic of minimalism. So just like the shoes, the box is also very simple. So it's a white-based cardboard box. We have Asics branding on the top lid and JJJJound branding on the sides. And other than that, that's pretty much it. It's very simple, very understated, and the only thing that sets it apart from a normal box that you'd see is, of course, the inclusion of JJJJound branding. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, the base layer of the upper is crafted out of a tightly wound white-colored mesh. On top of the toe box, we have these 4 horizontal lines of what feels like a rubberized fused material. And then overlaid on top of the toe box, we have this synthetic overlay, which has a simulated textured look to it, but to the touch, it feels very smooth. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have another overlay of this synthetic layer. The shine that it gives off reminds me of patent leather, but this is not a genuine leather whatsoever. Covering the eyelets, we have more of that same white-colored synthetic material. We have these loop-style eyelets, which have these reflective detailing in the center. And then the very top eyelet at the top is done in the circular metallic finish. Underneath this, on the mid panel, you can see we have more of that white-colored mesh. But then fused on top of this, we have these 2 clusters of vertical lines, which again is constructed in that same material that we saw on the toe box, as a bit of a rubbery feel to it. Underneath this, we have more of that shiny, synthetic patent leather feeling material. And then on the heel, the layer here is given a cream or off-white color. Same thing with these triangular overlays on top of this. And you can see we have the Asics A logo on the lateral side and gel branding on the medial side. And then on the very top of the heel, we have the JJJJound word mark, which is pretty hard to see. You really have to know where to look on this shoe to see this JJJJound branding, otherwise it's very easy to miss. In terms of laces, this pair comes with 2 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is an oval shaped lace in white, but they also come with a secondary lace which is done in more of a cream or off-white color. Underneath this, the tongue is covered in this white-colored mesh. In the middle, we have this loop which helps to hold the laces in place, and there's more reflective detailing down the center of this. And then on the top of the tongue, we have another synthetic layer with Asics branding found right in the center. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in mesh. And then for the insoles, these come with a pretty well padded foam lined insole It's mesh lined on top, and we have Asics branding on the left foot and JJJJound branding on the right foot. And as I remove the insoles, you'll see the strobel underneath is actually lined in foam, giving you another layer of cushioning and comfort right underfoot. So the upper of this shoe sits atop this midsole, which is crafted out of Asics FF Blast Plus technology, which is one of their top foam technologies that they utilize in their actual performance running shoes. So this is supposed to be a pretty lightweight, pretty responsive foam. So they've taken it from a performance standpoint and adopted it onto this lifestyle sneaker. And surrounding the outer edge of this midsole, we have Asics gel technology as well, and the gel is colored in this off-white color, giving it more of an aged look. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole here is covered in these off-white colored rubber overlays, but as you can see, there's a lot of grooves all throughout, which reduces the weight of the shoe and it adds flexibility as well. In the middle, we have this TPU shank plate, which is what Asics calls their trust-stick technology, and this is there in place to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support, and to also help prevent the shoe from twisting in the middle area when you're walking or running. And like I mentioned, on the heel you can see we have FF Blast Plus branding, which again is the foam technology that they use in the midsole. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, overall I feel like these do run pretty true to size. So in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably. Not too snug, but definitely not too big either. So I feel like for most people, whether you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot, you can definitely go true to size in these. If you have like a really wide foot, you might want to consider going up half a size, but if possible, try on a general release colorway first, because I'm sure these cannot be returned. So nail down your sizing first if you're kind of in doubt before settling on a size for this pair. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe, so overall this is a pretty comfortable sneaker for casual use. The one thing that surprised me was how low to the ground you feel. Even though the midsole has a decent thickness to it, when you wear these, especially underneath the forefoot, you can feel that foam kind of just collapsing a little bit. And then once you get past that initial layer of softness, you can really feel the shoe making contact with the ground. So it has a decent softness to it, a decent bounce to it with the FF Blast Plus, but again, it has a lot of ground feel, which I thought was really comfortable for me. But your mileage may vary. This is not gonna feel the same as like a Gel Kayano 14 or a GT 2160. It kind of feels unique and comfortable in its own way, but I thought the feeling underfoot was pretty enjoyable. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this shoe, so first off, material quality was really nothing special. It's just a bunch of meshes, fuse overlays, synthetic materials, nothing that really wowed me, and I thought it was a bit of a missed opportunity given that this was the debut of the silhouette. It would have been nice if they gave us some more elevated materials to really set it apart and make it feel all that more special. However, the build of the shoe I thought was fine. It definitely wasn't flawless, but for the most part, there were no major issues or major flaws that I could see. So even though the materials weren't the best, I thought the overall build of the shoe was pretty decent. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a very understated debut of this new Asics silhouette. But again, given that this is a JJJJound collaboration, it's not too much of a surprise that that's the direction or the route that they wanted to go in. When you look at this shoe, it honestly could pass as some other random brand. The branding on the shoe is kept to a minimum, so you really can't see that it's an Asics sneaker unless you really know what this is. It's missing, obviously, the signature Asics stripes, and the JJJJound branding is also kept at a minimum. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. This definitely doesn't have that same dated running shoe look that the Y2K silhouettes have, like the Kayano 14 does, the Gel 1130. Those ones are just very clearly based off of a specific time period, whereas this one is a little bit more timeless in the fact that it's so simple and it doesn't have those typical colors of silver or neon or things like that. It's just a very wearable, almost timeless looking colorway and silhouette. So that's just my opinion. I think it's totally understandable if you're not a fan of this model. I get that it is pretty boring in a way, but if you're in the market for a white-based sneaker that has good comfort, and of course, if you're a sucker for JJJJound or just limited collaborations, then I think this is a great option to check out. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this pair. And as always, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to check out as well. And again, thank you to Capsule for sponsoring today's video. So thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch everybody in my next review.